Hello, it's Beverly with the Intuitive Interior. It is December of 2023, the beginning of the Yang Wood Rat month starts on the 7th, December 7th, and it goes until January 5th. The energy of this is so interesting because the rat is its main element is water, and rat energy is actually, this is the number one animal. This is the first animal of the Chinese zodiac. So it always symbolizes a lot of new beginnings, a little bit in darkness because rats tend to go underground while they are searching for treasures. So lots of treasure seeking this month. But they're also incredibly creative and crafty and not afraid to work hard and be a little bit opportunistic. So there can be some of that opportunistic vibe this month. Yang wood is, well, it's like a tree. There's this focus, this direction. I'm like ready to go, plan those goals and we're going to go achieve them. And then you have that creativity of the rat. So this is going to be a great month to really take some time to plan, to sniff out all of the cool opportunities, and then be ready to start going for it. Especially because in February, not January, because come on, lunar month, Chinese do things a little bit differently. But starting in February, we're moving into the whole new energy of the Yang Wood Dragon year. More on that later. But for now, the I Ching card that is associated with the Yang Wood Rat is number 24. It's called the turning point. Now you'll see here that we've got the, right here, sorry if I can do that, the Yang Wood on the bottom and the Yin Earth on the top. So think about a seed doing everything it can, a shoot to push up through the fertile soil. So again, this is kind of, we've been in that darkness. This is the energy of taking that deep breath. Like I said, going within, looking at what is it that you're trying to accomplish, and then getting your plan in place. So the words associated with this number 24 card are return, the start of a new cycle, right timing, regeneration, inevitability, and steady improvements. Everything has, for every season, there is, there's, the turn. There is a season. I believe there's a song about that. Anyway, that is really true right now. So what's challenging for a lot of people is that, the December, there's so many holidays, so many festivals, so many holiday parties that we forget that our bodies naturally are trying to go within. They're trying to take that time to settle down, to well, not necessarily hibernate, although some days I really wish I was a bear so that I could just snuggle up under the blankets. But this is about looking at what is the right timing. Transformation and change are happening, whether you like it or not, especially with that Yang Wood energy. There's no way that you are going to avoid that kind of transformation. But take a look at where you're moving, where are you guiding your little rocket ship? All right, the first card that I drew was number 11, Peace. Now, this right here, we have the Qian, which is Yang metal on the bottom, with Kun, the Yin Earth on the top. This peace card says the words are harmony, balance, perfection, equipoise, a sense of well-being, favorable conditions, and expansion. Again, peace is kind of hard to think about with all of the crazy things and all of the chaos that's happening in our world. But there's this wonderful story about one of the emperors had a lots of contests. The emperors love their contests, which is how we have the order of the Chinese animals. But this one was about how to depict the perfect image of peace. And so all of these artists were painting gorgeous pictures of, serene lakes, of birds soaring in the clouds, of, a baby sleeping and things like that. But the winner was one where you first would take a look at it and you think, wait a minute, there's a massive thunderstorm. There's lightning streaking across the sky. The artist depicted water, just, sheets of water pounding the ground. Well, but what caught the emperor's eye was this image of a mother bird in her nest, tucked under the shelter of a rock, a little rock outcropping, feeding her baby birds. Peace is not about having everything be perfect. Peace is all about remaining calm while the chaos swirls around you. So this card is a good reminder to seek those moments of balance, of the peace, of the favorable conditions, because that's going to give you the strength to outlast the storms. The next card, and I'm sorry, that focus line is number 4, which again, all the focus lines this time around are all about external forces coming in at you. So line 4 is kind of about where you're moving from the internal world and moving into the external world. So when this one says, others will respect you, not because of any show of cleverness or boastful attempts to impress upon your part, but because of your natural simplicity and sincerity. You don't have to say a word. The ability to maintain composure and persevere, even during times of difficulty, speaks volumes about your personal integrity. So yeah, there's maybe some stuff happening, but the more that we can stay focused on just remaining calm and grounded and seeking out those times where you might need to find some place or someone to be that shelter. The next card is number 55. Again, abundance has on the bottom here, it is Li, which is the fire trigram, and then Zhen, which is the yang wood trigram. So when you think about how you're building a fire, you want the ember underneath and it's burning that fire, the logs. I don't know about chestnuts roasting on an open fire, but this sure does have bonfire written all over it. That's always a lot of fun to have that as part of the Yule log and many of those types of more traditional Christian celebrations, which are the ones that I'm the most familiar with. The words on this one are plenty, profusion, generosity, fertility, ripeness, inner riches, reaping rewards, culmination, and harvest. December often is associated with, December is associated with gift giving. The holiday, the Christmas traditions, there's, often Hanukkah coincides, but it's all about abundance. Now, that is not always the case with this card, because abundance is a state of mind as much as it is a religious tradition or a societal tradition. This focus line is number 5. Again, so this is kind of how you are within society. It says, give of your goodness and provide what you can to help make this world a better place. The more that you share what you have, the more enriched your life will be. You will find an uncommon receptivity to what you have to offer now. If that's not a call to give to your favorite charity, I don't know what is. But it's also about an abundance mindset. It really talks to that inner monologue that you have, that we all have, surrounding money, time, treasure, talents? Are you going to be, stingy? Are you going to close your heart off that, oh no, I can't dare, spend a quarter over here? Or are you going to be able to find within yourself the trust that any outflow of generosity will be met by an inflow of, more generosity, or of, that there's, energy does not like to be stagnant. Again, in feng shui principles, everything is talking about wind and water. The optimal way for a stream to work is to be a gently meandering stream with providing lots of oxygen for the fish and for the plants and all of that. Because when you get that stagnation, then that's where the little gross, algae begins to grow, and too many plants choke out the oxygen level of the water, so the fish can't survive. And too fast of a moving water is also impossible for any of the plants to grow, so that that there's nothing there to hide the fish eggs, and so that also becomes kind of like a barren desert. So finding that middle ground, yes, be generous, absolutely, but be aware that you have to be generous and take care of yourself too. So finding that middle ground where you can open your heart to share the wealth without, letting yourself bleed out. So there's that number 5, 55, card 55, admonition. The last card that I drew is number 47. It is called oppression. That sounds terrible, but we'll talk here in a second. So this number 47 is Kan on the bottom. So that's the emotion water, the water trigram, which often deals with emotions. Then Dui, which is yin metal. Yin metal is about creating beauty, about being flexible. Think about, jewelry, as I'm playing with my necklace over here because I just really love this particular piece. I'll put the designer who created that for me in the show notes. But it's oppression. Let me just read the words to you, okay? It's called, the words are restriction, exhaustion, depression, depleted resources, feeling cut off, punishment, and confinement. Again, that all sounds terrible, but it's really not. Line number 6, this is about, again, how you are kind of at the top level of your peopling. And here's this part. The target now is to regain your inner balance, and the key is to drop any tendency to carry the past into the future. It is pointless to resolve henceforth to conquer life's challenges so that they never happen again. So let me read that again. It is pointless to resolve henceforth to conquer life's challenges so that they never happen again. Quiet contemplation, meditation, and non-judgmental consideration of all of the factors that have been in play will increase your understanding. Again, we've got water underneath the metal energy here. The metal is sitting on top of the water. So it is containing those emotions. It's containing the, other things that are associated with water are wealth, money, resources. So when you've got this oppression, this sitting on top of, it is a twofold reminder. Number one, to not get seduced by all the bright, shiny objects that are out there, because that can actually restrict your ability to be functional. That can restrict your ability to, to capitalize on the generosity, the abundance that we talked about earlier. It is also about giving yourself an opportunity now to look at some of the traditions, some of the way we always did things, and decide, is this really still what we want to do? It is so easy during this time of year to find yourself overcommitted to events, to obligations. And the more people are going inside indoors, the more often little germies like to come running around. So when you think about all of these 4 cards put together, it is a perfect opportunity to look at how the world is actually still going darker and darker and darker until the winter solstice in the Northern Hemisphere here. It's December 21st. I think some other parts of the world, the way that it kind of comes over, I think in Malaysia, for example, they actually celebrate or observe it on the 22nd because of just, physics. We are coming down, darker until we reach that point of equilibrium. And after the 21st is when we get to have that turning point. Yes, again, it all comes together. It makes you so happy when all of these cards, and I'm not picking them out because of all of this. This is just how it turns out. But whatever holiday tradition you follow or don't follow, be kind to yourself. Be kind to those who are helping you by keeping the grocery store shelves stocked, that are checking you out, and in the retail stores, that are delivering all the boxes that you've ordered from various online companies. And for the people who, while you may not think you have much to share, sometimes even just your tiny bit of excess can be the absolute world. It can make the difference for a family to see what, so they can experience their own abundance. I was looking back here at the November cards, what I picked, or what it was given to me, with the splitting away. There's been a lot of again, choices of what is ours to keep and what is ours to not keep. Well, now we've gotten to the point where, okay, we've had those decisions. We've cut things off. We've trimmed the tree, if you will. And now we get to move into our other direction. We've had to dial back the momentum of where we were going, and now we get to go in our new directions. So I hope you have a beautiful month ahead. If you need some help because of the feelings of being oppressed, or the feelings of, oh dear, I don't know if I can share my abundance. Why is abundance not coming to me? Or what peace? What are you talking about? That's how I can help with the energy work that I do as a creation catalyst, and a transformational coach, as a consultant for so many different things, whether it's helping you get your house set up properly, or your office, or your business, or just your own mental inner world. I can help you with all of those different things. So I will leave the links in the show notes, in the notes below. And whatever holiday you celebrate, I hope it is a marvelous one. Thanks again, and I will see you in 2024.